All right, 57. Which expression represents y to the fourth minus 36 in simplest factored form? So we didn't really touch on this too much. We didn't really go past squared, but this is still a type of quadratic in a way. Instead of being raised to the second power, we're raised to the fourth power. Let's think about if we were raised to the second power, x squared minus 36. What would that become? That is a difference of squares, so the only things that multiply to a negative 36 that's going to get rid of our middle term are a positive 6 and a negative 6, right? A plus 6x and minus 6x will get that middle term to 0, and then we would have negative 36. So instead of it being x to the second, we basically have x to the fourth, y to the fourth. So the only thing I would have to do additionally here is put a little 2 up top in my y's. So it's y squared minus 6 times y squared plus 6. And we can't take this any further, so your answer here is C. Okay, 58, you just have a quadratic. Solve this. Now remember what I said, this side always needs to equal 0. So how do I make 28 equal 0? I take it away. Whatever you do to the right, you need to do to the left. So take it away. X squared minus 7x minus 18 equals 0. Again, do a factor tree if you need to. What multiplies to negative 18 and adds to negative 7? 1 and negative 18, 2, negative 9. That's going to add to negative 7. So x plus 2 times x minus 9. Those are the factors, but not the answers. So the answers are their opposites. X equals negative 2, x equals 9. So your answer here is B, the solution set, negative 2, 9. Okay, 59, which inequality is shown on the graph below. So first of all, you can already eliminate some choices, not even doing anything, by noticing this is a solid line. Solid line means greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. So I can eliminate A and I can eliminate C because those would need to have a dashed line. Okay? Now, minus 1 is in both because that's our y-intercept. We are definitely starting at negative 1. How do I get to another point? I'm going up 1 over 2. That makes my slope a half, so they're both set up correctly. Now, am I shading above or below the line? B is saying below because it is less than or equal to, and D is saying above because it's greater than or equal to. And since I'm shading above, my answer is D. Okay, 60 is just solving an equation. Remember I told you guys everything comes back to solving equations. All right, if we've got parentheses and a number outside, we have to distribute. So 6 times 4x, 24x. 6 times 5, 30, equals 3 times x, 3x. 3 times 8, 24, plus a 3 that's already there. Combine these like terms of 24 and 3. So 24x plus 30 equals 3x plus 27. All right, I want to get x on one side of the equation. I could take off 24x or I could take off 3x. It would be easier to take off 3x. 21x plus 30 equals 27. Since I have x on the left, I want to get all my numbers on the right. So I'm going to minus 30. 27 minus 30 is negative 3. Divide by 21. X equals negative 3 over 21. There is no negative 3 over 21, but negative 3 over 21 reduces down to negative 1 over 7. So your answer here is B. 61, which is an equation of the line that's parallel to line MN. We just learned this recently. So they need to have the same slope. Okay, so let's get the slope here. I would just count from M to N since there are already 2 points given on the graph. To get from M to N, we're going up 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2 over 4, up 2 over 4 means 1/2. So anything that has a slope of 1/2 or 2/4 would also work. Now, unfortunately, all of these are in standard form, not slope-intercept form, but we can get them into slope-intercept form. Okay, y equals mx plus b. Okay, so anything that's going to end up with a slope of 1/2 or 2/4. So this first one, I would take off the 2x. I would have negative y equals negative 2x plus 3. Divide by negative 1. and I would get y equals positive 2x minus 3. That's my cat. Sorry, she's scratching at the boxes that we have. All right, so 2x minus 3. Slope is not 1/2, so it's not A. Going to the next one, which I'm going to run out of room. I would minus x from both sides, so I'm at negative 2y equals negative x plus 3. Divide by negative 2. Y equals positive 1/2 x minus 3 over 2. Because you have a negative 1x divided by negative 2, so you have a positive half. So this does have the same slope. The answer is probably B, but I would definitely go through and make sure that you don't have any other answer choices. So for C, I would minus 8x, and I would have 4y equals negative 8x plus 4. Divide by 4. Y equals negative 2x plus 1. Doesn't work. And for D, minus 9x. So you have 18y equals negative 9x minus 9. Divide by 18. Y equals negative 1/2 x minus 1/2. And the slope was positive 1/2. So that's why your answer is B. 62. Okay, simplify. So I'm going to separate these just because I think it'll be a little easier to see. We have 14c to the third d squared over 14cd minus 21c squared d to the third over 14cd. Remember, variables that are the same are going to subtract, and the numbers are going to divide. 14 divided by 14 is 1. C to the third minus, there's a 1 down here, so minus 1. D to the second minus a 1. Minus. Now 21 can't be divisible by 14, but what are they both divisible by? They're both divisible by 7. So 21 divided by 7 is 3. And we have C to the second minus 1 from the bottom. D to the third minus 1 from the bottom. Also, we still have 14 on the bottom, but 14 divided by 7 is 2. So this becomes c squared d to the first minus 3c d squared. And the one that matches is D. '63. A long string with a balloon at the end was tied to the ground. After a breeze came up, the balloon was 55 feet to the right of where it was tied and 30 feet above the ground, as shown in the figure. What's the slope of the line between the balloon and the point where it was tied? Okay, all this is Pythagorean theorem, where you're solving for the hypotenuse. So I'm going to make 55a, I'm going to make 30b, but remember it doesn't matter. So 55 squared plus, slope. Gosh. Slope just means rise over run. I'm rising 30 feet. I am running 55 feet. Rise over run. Okay, obviously 30 over 55 is not here, but they are both divisible by 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6. 55 divided by 5 is 11. So 6 over 11 is your slope. Similar to Pythagorean theorem, but you weren't solving for that length. All right, 64. Okay, another literal equation to solve. Distance traveled by a marble on a flat table as it rolls in a straight line is determined by this formula. S equals ut plus 1/2 at squared. Which of the following shows distance traveled formula solved for A? S is distance traveled, U is initial velocity, T is time, A is acceleration. You don't even really need this. You're just solving this for A. So first thing I'm going to do, is take off my ut minus ut. You can't combine anything. S minus ut equals 1/2 at squared. I would then multiply everything by 2 because 2 times a half will get rid of my half. All of this gets multiplied by 2. So 2s minus 2ut, make sure the 2 goes to everything, equals a times t squared. You need to divide by t squared since it's being multiplied. So 2s minus 2ut divided by t squared will be a, which is letter A out of our choices. 65, a computer is purchased for $1,200 and depreciates, that means goes down, negative, at 140 per year. Which linear equation represents the value V of the computer at the end of T years? So 140 per year would be 140x. Depreciating means we're subtracting, and you have a starting value of $1,200. So A, V equals the $1,200 to start minus 140t, just because they're using t and not x. All right. 66, which equation is equivalent to this one? So we're pretty much just solving and simplifying. So 5x, I'm going to distribute the negative 2 to 7 minus 14x. Negative 2 times 1 minus 2 equals 14x. Combine 5x minus 14x, we get a negative 9x minus 2 equals 14x. And I can stop there because it is equivalent to C, and the problem didn't take it any further than that. So that is the end of this video. Go ahead and pause and watch the next video for your next set of problems.